What's up, y'all? It's me, and this is KissiaDee, the channel. If you have already been on my journey and you know what it is, thank you for coming back. Thank you for tuning in. And if you're new, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell for those notifications so you won't miss anything I post. So gonna go ahead, like always, and get right into it. I've been gone for like a month and a half, but y'all know I go on these hiatuses. This is what I do at this point. This is what I do. I feel like I told you, all of you before, I only really post whenever it feels natural to me. So I definitely want to just start by saying that I have battled with whether or not I was going to make a video about my experience with this. And I, didn't want to be insensitive as a content creator or as an influencer, but I think it's important because it's informative to, I have this pencil staring at me. But anyway, I think it's informative. This video could be informative, and I know it's a lot more people who are probably going through the same thing. So I tested positive for the coronavirus on July the 1st. I was exposed on the 28th. Now, I'm not gonna lie, we definitely have been getting more comfortable, a little too comfortable. We had an event for Juneteenth. We were around a lot of people, and although I feel like we've been pretty safe, I feel like it was also bound for something to happen or for it to kind of hit home, and it ended up really hitting home because for those who don't know, I just turned 27 on June the 30th, and I went to my parents' house, which was on the 28th, to go get my birthday gift, to see them for my birthday, and my dad was sick. Now, if this was the beginning of Corona, if you haven't, reference back to my videos that I posted during quarantine. I was terrified, y'all. At the beginning of this COVID, I was terrified, anxiety, terrible, crying. It was bad, okay? So I didn't want to go around people. I didn't want to go out. But after a while, I'm like, I have to live my life. I'm gonna do what I want to do. That's just what it is. And so that's what I did. And if this was beginning of Corona, it's no way that I would have went to my parents' house knowing that my dad was sick, but I did. And he ended up testing positive. And so that's who I exposed it to. Or that's who exposed me to it, excuse me. Like I said, it was my birthday, so I had a birthday gathering, and thank God nobody who was over here contracted it except for my cousin, which I think that he got it on his own. But nobody contracted it. Everybody got tested. Everybody was negative. So thank God for that. Raven, my girlfriend, she's here with me all the time. I want to say we drunk out of the same cup at my birthday party, and she didn't get it. So it is a little weird, I'm not gonna lie, but it happened. My mom tested negative as well, and she lives with my dad. So weird situation, but yeah. So was exposed on the 28th. I found out on the 1st that my dad was positive, and I went and got tested that same day. Of course, they took me out of work. I started to quarantine on the 1st, and I'm just now getting off. I was feeling like I have really bad allergies, and I have really bad, I get really bad sinus infections. So that day that I went into work on the 1st after my birthday, I was super congested, and it would not shake. I could not shake the congestion, So I'm like, okay, my mom calls me, says he's positive. I'm like, oh. And I was already feeling really terrible, just with what felt like my allergies and stuff. Went to go get the test, insert clip. This is after I got tested.
Oh, that was really stressful.
Okay, yeah, so that was after I got tested, and it was terrible. She literally dug up there and then immediately went to the next nostril. I'm coughing and shit. I'm like, girl, give me a sec. So anyways, got tested. I felt bad that entire day, and that next day, that following day, I had body aches, no appetite really. I was asleep majority of the day. I just wasn't feeling well, it's hard to explain, but I just wasn't feeling well at all. That the rest of the 1st, which is the day I got tested, and the day after. On the 3rd, I woke up, I felt okay, but it's like a feeling that I had in my neck that kind of formed. It felt like it was just pressure. Honestly, it felt like this. Like somebody was just holding my neck. It felt like tender to touch, you know, which was scary. Because I didn't really know what was going on. You know, it's so much uncertainty about this virus, and you test positive, you don't get a phone call from anybody, because, you know, the CDC is supposed to call when you test positive and, you know, give you some type of instruction. No instruction. So, you know, I'm really terrified. My anxiety is terrible, just, you know, bad. Yeah, so that day I felt bad. Then that next day, which was on the 3rd, so this is my 3rd day of quarantine at this point. You know, I still didn't know that I had actually, no, I did. The day that I found out that I had tested positive, which was actually the 4th. So let me, 4th. On the 4th, I found out that I was positive that morning, but I already knew. I could tell in the way that I was feeling. I'm like, nah, this can't be sinus, bro. Like, something is up, you know what I'm saying? So I could tell, and you know, I was just really down. Like, guys, I've told y'all multiple times, I have really bad anxiety and I have panic attacks. Not all the time, but you know, it is something that I suffer from, that I'm constantly trying to be proactive about how I can make it better. So, you know, Raven, of course, like, you know, she's very supportive and everything, and she didn't like kick me out of our room, or she didn't like try to leave the room or anything, which probably would have made more sense. You know, of course, I couldn't actually get out or go anywhere, but she was like, well, let me drive, you know, how about, I was like, I can drive you to, we can go get something to eat and you can get out, or we'll stay in the car, whatever the case may be. I think we had to go to the store to get something. So, you know, I'm driving and I get this knot in my throat. And I'm like, Lord, the COVID that hit me is come to take me away. As I continue to drive, I just start thinking, because it's really scary. It's a post that's actually going viral on Instagram right now about somebody who said, you know, they got the coronavirus twice. And let me pull it up actually, because I resonated with this so well. So it said, I felt awful, and the mental toll of having a disease that literally everyone in the world is talking about how it can kill you is hard to describe, and I wouldn't wish it on anyone. So in that moment that I was feeling that anxiety, that's exactly how I felt. Like, this is something that we've been seeing in the news multiple times about how people have just woke up dead. Or, you know, people who are as young as I am, who don't have pre-existing conditions, are being killed or suffering from organ failure, or, you know, different things. Like, this is very serious. And just having all that play out in my mind was terrifying. And it was something that I was literally doing every day. And I had to honestly learn how to suppress it by the end of quarantine, because I was about to drive myself crazy. But, and then I'm trying to think what it was. What was it? Oh, I just start noticing, like, you know, everything just seems so faint. You know, I'm trying to smell, so I'm like, no, I ain't smelling that. Like, our house, I have so many Febreze plug-ins up in here, couldn't smell it. So then I'm spraying, I got perfume for my birthday, spraying it on me. I'm like, can't smell it, nothing. That's what it started with. I was cleaning up in my kitchen, couldn't smell the cleaning stuff, and I'm like, bro. And then my taste started leaving around the same time. I really noticed that my taste was gone. Everything started tasting blander. And then by the time I really knew it was gone, we have like a small obsession with insomnia cookies right now. And I had a snickerdoodle cookie and some oat milk, tasted like bread and water. So it was kind of like, you know, whenever you have these things happen to you, it's genuinely scary. Like, I don't know. Like, although you feel okay, but it's like I'm waking up every morning with this tenderness in my neck. I can't sleep right. I was staying up till 3, 4 every night because I just couldn't sleep. It's just the anxiety of knowing that people have literally not you know, seen another day because of the coronavirus. It's terrifying, y'all. It's terrifying. But I wanted to make this video because, you know, I think that a lot of people are going through it right now, whether or not people are actually coming out and saying anything about it. But it's important for us to share our experiences with each other because we can honestly help each other. You know what I'm saying? And I think people are almost like kind of like shamed to say that they've had the coronavirus or don't know. You know, I really don't know why, but I kind of feel it because at the beginning I was like, I don't know, like, should I say something? Should I not? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just think that it's kind of informative, and I also wanted to share what I used and took while having it and still taking to this day, because I just think it's important to keep our immune systems at tip-top shape, because I know I've always had like a weaker immune system. Like, if you know me, then you know, especially when I was in college, like I used to get sick all the time. Do your own research, because you know, at the end of the day, it's still so uncertain what's going on. Like, we still don't know if we can get it again. You know, well, I mean, like I said earlier, an Instagram post said that they ended up testing positive again. So I guess we can. Like, it's just so much uncertainty about this virus on top of the financial, you know, the financial issues that people are also having with it, not being able to travel, not being able to see your families. Like, it's just a lot. And then once you actually contract the virus, it's 10 times more than what you thought. And you know, it's just crazy. Like I said, I wouldn't wish it on anybody, but if you have had it, you know, make sure that you're taking care of yourself very well. I know if you have fever, or if you have shortness of breath, if you have a fever that you can't break, or if you have shortness of breath, you should immediately go to the hospital, because that shortness of breath it's like something that the virus does to your respiratory system, and you just don't want that to mess you up, you know, down the road. So make sure you're, you know, paying attention to your body. Like, I know my body very well, so it was kind of easy for me to pick up what was wrong and what was going on. And then, you know, just trying to take walks in the neighborhood, I noticed how I got so winded. Like, I was fatigued throughout the whole process. I was so tired, like tired throughout the entire time that I had it. But yeah, so enough of that. Just gonna share a few things with you guys that I did to make me feel better. And first, I'm gonna go ahead and insert another clip after this. My line sister who had it told me to use orange peels, onions, and garlic, and put it in a pot of water and just put your head over the steam. And I seen this a while back that people were doing on Instagram, but never tried it. But it's something I'm gonna continue to do, because like I said, I already have sinus problems anyway. Like, I'm a little congested now. So I literally did that for one day, twice in one day, and that next day my smell started to return a little bit and my taste started to return. And then I did it again that next day, and it pretty much came back on top of everything else that I was doing. So just gonna share a few things. And all of this we got at Black-owned businesses, 2 different businesses, and I will list those in the description below. So the first thing is these Manuka honey gummies. Let me see if I can. Yes, these Manuka honey gummies, amazing. Love these. Like, it's like a daily vitamin type thing, and it helps with immunity. They have excellent reviews on this. We were going to Arden's, because the Arden's Garden by us has a drive-through. We were going to get the Grand Slam, so a ginger shot, a wheatgrass shot, a cranberry shot, and a lemon shot, but I'm allergic to citrus, so I couldn't take the lemon. But yeah, so we were going to do those. So make sure we got some wheatgrass powder. This is organic wheatgrass powder. Also from that store that I talked about. I'm gonna start putting this in smoothies. Wheatgrass has a lot of good benefits. Make sure you guys look that up. Of course, drinking tea, any kind of tea, whatever your preference is, but get these ginger honey crystals, y'all. Like, this is actually a tea within itself, but I always use a tea bag and then just put, it comes in like these little packets, and you don't even have to use the whole packet. Like, I use like maybe a fourth, but I always make 2, so I put half in mine and half in Raven's. Also, a lot of ginger. I have a lot of, we were drinking ginger tea already, but this is organic ginger powder. So put this in your tea, that spice. And then I don't have it because we've actually used it all, but we were taking turmeric and ginger shots every morning. So do that, turmeric, ginger, just do it. Put it in whatever you can at this point. Also was taking these, like I said, I was super fatigued. These are called Life's Fortune. These also have really good reviews. And we actually have been taking this a while back for energy. It's like a supplement for B12, but it has vitamin A, C, D, vitamin E, zinc, biotin, calcium, what else? Potassium, wheatgrass, zinc. It has everything in it, everything. So, take these. They big horse pills now, big. But I swear by them, they really work, really work. Last but not least, this is some elderberry elixir with honey, and it has elderberry, cinnamon, turmeric, cloves, ginger, and it's just, we take a shot of this every morning. So you can't really see the label, but this is strictly at the vitamin shop. It's called Gia's. Gia's Organic, and it's in South Atlanta. So like I said, I will put the business information in the description box below. I really wanted to inform you guys that I don't know, it's really hard to talk about because, like I said, it's a feeling that I wouldn't wish on anyone. And you know, my prayers go out to anybody who has contracted the virus, or who knows somebody who has, or people who have died from this, or people who have been in the hospital. You know, it's just, we're in a very uncertain time. So right now is the best time, and I know that I have preach it over and over, but create yourself a self-care routine. Create yourself a vitamin routine, a actual health routine of things that you can be doing to be proactive about helping your immune system right now. Because I literally went around my dad for one day, wasn't all in his face, and ended up getting the virus. So, you know, wear your mask. Like, I work in healthcare, and that mask, honestly, a mask and eyewear is the best ways that you cannot contract it. Be proactive, y'all. I cannot say that the anxiety won't hit you, because it hit me like a ton of bricks in the throat. So, you know, it's crazy, but yeah, I feel a lot better now. I feel like I am fully recovered. I did quarantine for those 14 days. Now, I can't say, you know, never went into like any place with anybody, but you know, I had to get out. I had to drive. We walked around in the neighborhood, because staying in a house for 14 days is depressing as well. So if you also have to quarantine, keep yourself busy if you aren't as sick, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but if you guys have any questions about any of the symptoms, or because like I said, I really didn't even, usually I kind of have like a blueprint of what I want to say, but I kind of just wanted to make this video off the strength of, I did have the coronavirus and I did recover, and my dad had it as well and he recovered, and you know, it will be okay at the end of the day. Just keep that mindset that it will be okay, but remember to take care of yourself mentally, physically, period. So thank you again for tuning in to this video. Make sure you like this video, comment, let me know if there's anything that you would like to see from me. If you have any questions about anything, I've done a lot of research, and I've been through, you know, this virus firsthand. So if you have any questions, don't, you know, hesitate to reach out. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. This is KissiaDee, the channel.